Rise and shine with global entertainment news. The morning boss. I am your host, Bella, ready to kickstart your day with all the fresh news and stories. And right here with me, bring her own spark to the studio is
So,
We'll be taking today's top story from the Daily Post and the Nation newspaper. Top story from the Daily Post. Kwara government evacuates 40 beggar in Ilori, recover dollar note 9. The Kwara state government has evacuated another set of 40 beggars from the streets of Ilori, the state capital. The excess carried out by officials of the Ministry of Social Welfare and Development in collaboration with the Nigerian Correctional Service. Kwara Command took place in Tipa's Garage, Kanki, Offa Garage, and Garin Alimi area of the metropolis. During a search, a US dollar note was found on one of the beggars identified as Musa Mohammedan from Kano State, while another was caught with a sharp knife. Seven of the evacuees were repeat offenders, having previously returned to the street after earlier evacuation. Commissioner for Social Welfare and Development, Dr. Mariam Imam, says the operation was yielding results, noting a decline in the number of beggars arrested from 94 in the last round to 40 this time. She said the ministry was adjusting its strategy as the beggars also devised new tactics to evade the enforcement.
what I will say to this is that I implore the government, if they are sending the beggars away from where they do stay, I would just advise the government to build a particular place for them to stay. Though we understand that some people are using it for business, some are not beggars, but they come out to be a beggar just to collect money. Some are even pickpockets, as they do pickpocketing, and just as a result of begging, people will be like, okay, let me pity this person, and they are doing bad things. But how we employ the government, still what they are doing, they should continue with it, but they should build a place or find a place that they will put the beggars, because you don't expect beggars to not beg. You don't expect them not to go out, because some of them, they are actually beggars for real. And if they don't beg, they won't know what to eat, they won't have anything to eat. So they should look for the proper things to do before sending these people away, because you don't expect them not to go to the street to beg.
Well, I'm going to be against your take on this when it comes to beggar. Due to what I just read right now, it says that a dollar note and also a sharp knife were found in one of the beggars, and I feels like this thing of a beggar now rampant in Nigeria is becoming an alarming, and most of them are being used for terrorizing a neighborhood or even a state, which I actually give a round of applause for the government of the Kwara state for actually trying to evacuate these beggars from the street, because they are really a danger and a pollution to the health and streets of the. If there are going to be more allowing them to actually come out, and then if they are homeless, you know that these are homeless people that needed a shelter to actually stay. But those people have a place, and then it's not been so hard for them to actually get a work. If decrease in those begging activities is going to actually give awareness to those that are lacking job, those that are lacking home, and those that are need a proper attention when it comes to correctional. But having a population of people with arms, leg, looking healthy, and then they are still on the street begging is actually a pollution to the state. And then I feels like it's really needed the attention. There's nothing like providing a space for them unless if there are those that actually don't have shelters. So the president needed to take those ones that have a mental problem to the correctional state that they are going to be staying, and those that were caught with weapon needed to be taken to the station to actually have an info from them on the reason why they actually have an arms on them, and those with currency, foreign currency, needed to be interrogated very well. It's not, you can't say that they shouldn't. There's nothing like they have to allow them that if they didn't beg, they are not going to. If they have arms and legs, there's nothing stopping them not to actually get a work.
From what you read, you said have been arrested and they are still back there. It's because they are actually beggars. Accepted, not all of them are beggars. Some are imposters doing as if they are begging, and they are dangerous to us. Good to the government for actually evacuating them, but some Like you said, some are beggars for real, and some has a mental problem. They should be taken to the mental hospital to treat them, and the beggars that are the real beggars should be given a home to stay. Because you can't say,
They
oh,
have a home.
not all has a home.
They
Not
have
all.
they have a home. If they still needed to be doing begging, it's actually not a good thing for any. I'm not going to be like this thing. It's not actually a good thing that every state you go to this time around in Nigeria, you're going to see hundreds and thousands of beggars in one street begging from here and there, and it's really becoming alarming. And most of them are not even let me say those let me say other tribe, but currently from Almajili, Fulanis, and all that coming down to Nigeria and then becoming a beggar, and it's really alarming. If it is their culture, they have to take it back to their hometown. Well, let's move on. Pedestrian killed as driver tried to escape accident scene in Lagos. Driver of Nissan Jeep with registered number KJA 354ET has been arrested after allegedly knocking down a pedestrian and attempted to flee the scene at Ojudu Flyover Bridge in Ward Ifako, Lagos. Confirming the incident in a statement on Sunday, the general manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, Mr. Olalekan Bakari Oki, says the driver, instead of assisting the victim, made a desperate attempt to escape. According to him, the accident occurred while the motorist was trying to outmaneuver a heavy loaded articulated truck, during which he lost control and rammed into the unsuspecting pedestrian. The case was reported to have taken place on Sunday morning. LASMA operative stationed around the exile swiftly intercepted the fleeing driver and facilitated the emergency rescue of the victim, who was rushed for urgent medical care.
Yeah, my bad for what has actually happened. And I will employ the drivers. They should be careful with the way they drive. Some might be driving, they'll be pressing their phone. Some are driving and they are doing drugs. Some are driving, they are not looking at where they are going. There's a time I was in a car like that. A driver was driving and he was not holding the steering. And so I was like, driver, hold this thing, face where you are going to, look at the front, this and that. I was like, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. I was just praying to God that I should get to where I'm going to, like save and sound, because all these things has been happening. Some will be driving drunk, some will be driving and they are not concentrating, some will be driving and they'll be pressing their phone. And I just want the government to look into this. They should be fined, sincerely. They should be fined, or they should justice should be served to them, because once one person is being served as an example, I'm sure that the others will learn.
Well, the Lagos State, let me say, LASMA has actually been key to their own people that actually go against the road violation and all that. So they always find them and all, and then nothing has actually been done. It's just we don't actually tend to take correction when we need it. So we violate everything. Traffic rules, we go against it. We go against so many things, and it's really, really a bad one for any insane human being. You go to school, you have your certificate, but still yet you are going against some certain rules that you know that can put you and the life of others in danger. It's a very bad one. Well, let's move on. Police rescue 5 adopted children in Adamawa. 5 children suspected to have been adopted and brought from Madunguri, Borno State to Adamawa have successfully been rescued by the Adamawa State Police Command. As Inspector Suleiman Yahaya Injoroje, the State Police Command spokesman, in a statement, explained that on the 30th September 2025, the area commander, Nubi ACP Marcos Mancha, acting on credible information, led his surveillance team and rescued 5 male children found roaming aimlessly the streets of Mubi town. According to the statement,
Yeah,
well,
it's a bad one. Yes, and I will say kudos to those that were actually able to rescue the adopted ones. And the insecurity is much in Nigeria accepted, but I applaud. Should I say our parents? They should keep their children safe. They should try when they should try and keep their children safe. Whenever they are going, they should know that okay, oh, my children is beside me. Some parents they will leave their children, they will be going at the front, the parents will be going at the back, or the parents will be going at the front, the children will be going at the back. It's not making any sense. And when your child gets lost, be like someone has kidnapped you, someone has done that for they are not coming in to your house to pick them. Some people are picked on the streets. Some of these adoptees people they were picked on the street because they lost their way. Kudos to the government too.
Well, the Adamawa Police Command, well, it's a good one for all those children to be rescued, and then
Yeah.
I hope they return them back to their family. Well, let's move on. Troop raid terrorist hideout in Sokoto, recover motorcycle. Troop of 8 Division Garrison, in collaboration with the Sokoto State Community Guard Corps (SSCGC), have raided terrorist hideout in Tureta local government area of Sokoto. The development was disclosed in a post by security analyst Zagazola Makoma via his X handle. According to the report, the operation carried out in the early hour of Saturday targeted a Dantaiwa and a Kuruwa mountain. Troops engaged the terrorists in a firefight, forcing them to abandon their camp. A motorcycle was recovered during the operation. Although no arrest was made, the military says pursuit operations are ongoing to track down the fleeing fighters.
Yeah, I will say kudos to the troop for actually going out to go against all these terrorists.
Well, I don't even wanted to say much about it, but I feel like we are still failing in some way when it comes to actually fighting terrorists and then arresting them. Even though I know that even at the end of arresting them, there are still going to be a pardon given to them, and then the government will say that they are repentant. Um, Terrorists and all that that is needed to be put into the security personnel and all that. I feel that this kind of a raid that they were talking about, that it was only motorcycle that they recovered, it doesn't add to anything.
So
It's actually a failed attempt of trying to arrest. After fighting, none was shot, and then they were able to escape. It's actually a failed attempt, or just a news to give us hope that they are still fighting for the terrorists to fill the country. It's a sad one. But let's move on. Today's top story from the nation. Indian businessman, three other held over 3.9 billion tramadol intercepted in Lagos. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested an Indian businessman, Gupta Rev Kumar, and the three Nigeria accomplices, Ogunlana, Noah, Olariwaju, Olushola, Idris, Kayode, and Bakari Korede Muhib, in connection with the seizure of 2.2 million, 2,248 million pills of tramadol, 200 milligram, 225 milligram. Also in Anambra State, a couple, Izube Onyedikachi, 41, and Epere Onyedikachi, 42, were arrested during a raid at Abosi, where 13.9 kilogram methamphetamine and 5.3 kilogram socks were recovered from them. Director Media and Advocacy NDLEA headquarter Abuja Femi Babafemi, who broke the news yesterday, says they were intercepted at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. According to the statement by Babafemi, the tramadol shipment worth 3.99 billion was imported from Delhi, India, disguised as multivitamin in 114 cartons and arrived at the import shelf of Lagos Airport on an Ethiopian airline flight on September 8. Babafemi said a team of the agency officer who had put the consignment under surveillance swooped on a clearing agent and two drivers who were trying to take the shipment from the airport in two trucks last Thursday.
this is so bad. Hearing more than 14 cartons were shipped in. Well, I believe they've seen like see finish has entered this thing since